saw a clip where it seemed that the Sanders boys were insinuating that ever since Dion started dating Carucci, that things have been going downhill. And I have a take on that. Because I remember, was it like last year, there was a guy who sold into my ministry or whatever. And I want to say it was like $20. Like some time would go by. He would send me a message and he was like, hey, man, I hope all is well with you or whatever. I just wanted to tell you that ever since I sold into your ministry, that things have went downhill for me. He was like, if I can get that 20 back, I would really appreciate it. But the Lord God said to me in that moment, he was like, no, this is how you know all they are familiar with is prosperity gospel, and they really don't understand what spiritual warfare looks like, and that includes yokes being broken off. Let's talk about it. When you encounter chosen people of God, it is very possible that when they come into your life, things seem to take a turn for the worse. But in all actuality, what's happening is those things that were hidden in your life are now being revealed to you. So that person coming along was literally God sending you an angel to break some yokes. There is a level up waiting for you. There is a breakthrough waiting for you, but it requires you to see what's been hidden all this time so you can address it. While you think that that person coming into your life brought you bad luck, in all actuality, that person coming into your life was your breakthrough. That was your promise from God. And a lot of people will fumble that because they want to associate trial and tribulation with karma or bad luck. I'm not going to say karma, bad luck. Oh my God, this is bad luck. Things was fine before such and such came along. Pay attention, but not just for evil. Perhaps the Lord God was answering a prayer and he knew, because you were calling out and saying, Lord God, I'm ready for my level up. I'm ready for the next best thing, as in I'm ready for my next level. And he sent you somebody to break off yokes and to reveal hidden things so you can address that, and so you can have the character development so you can become the person for your next level. But you fumbled that. You threw that shit in the trash. You discarded that person. You sent them up the, up the street. No, baby. You you causing a little too much here. You causing some problems. It's causing some strife. We wasn't even arguing before you came along. Now all of a sudden we arguing. Everything was peachy keen before you came along. And here now there's disruption. There's chaos. There's division, so on and so forth. And I'm not trying to be funny because it's not always the case, but sometimes it is the case. That is your answered prayer. You've been crying out to the Lord God for your level up, and he's sending you the person that's going to help you tap into that. He's sending you the person that's going to help you break the mold. He's sending you the person that's going to help you to even transmute what you are dealing with or what's coming up against you, because it's spiritual warfare as well. You're going to have to go through something. You're going to have to become a different person, a better person, in order for you to even have that breakthrough. And that person was sent to help you do that, but you discarded it because you didn't like the uncomfortable feeling. You didn't like your fantasy being disrupted, but you're calling for a level up. I don't understand. I'm going to tell you, like God told me before. He said, whenever I cried out to him about the changes I was going through after I asked him to level up, he said, what you asked me for? If you really didn't want me to do that thing for you, why did you come to me? Why did you ask me for it? I'm just saying, you're crying for a level up, but you don't want your fantasy and your comfortability to be disrupted. You don't want your illusion to be shattered. And when that person comes along, that's exactly what they do. They start uncovering things. They start revealing things. Things start being exposed just on account of them. And you think it's their fault. You blame them. You project onto them. You make it about them. You shame them. It's you. Whole time that was an angel sent by God. That was your blessing, and not an angel of light. as in the devil who disguises himself as an angel of light, but God's chosen child. Because he heard you crying about your next level. He heard you crying about how you wanted more. You desired your calling. You desired your purpose. You desired to draw closer to him. And then he sends you exactly what you're calling out for. But because it disrupts your comfort, because it disrupts your fantasy, because it disrupts your illusion, you discard it. So whenever the kid has said, and I say kid, but I don't know what he was, but when he said that or whatever, the Lord God said, oh no, but he was praying for a breakthrough. Now, which is a part of breakthrough, whenever you're being confronted with the level up, you're going to have the world as you know it start to crumble. We already know, we talk about this all the time, especially, we talk about Elijah when it was time for him to move. That the Lord God said, okay, hey, no longer will the raven come to feed you and you drink from the brook, but I'm going to send you here and a woman and child, a widow is going to feed you, right? He will dry up the brook, right? To get you to your next level. But if you look at that and you say, oh my God, my life is just going to shambles and everything is crumbling around me. God must hate me. I have bad luck. And then you start looking around to see what changed or who came into your life right before this. Oh, it's their fault. Perhaps no, God was saying, I put that person there to help you alchemize so you could get to your next level. But you enjoyed your comfort more. You don't understand what it means to bounce up. You don't understand what it means to level up. You don't understand what it means to jump timelines. You don't understand what it means to quantum leap. You don't understand the metaphysics. But you want to level up. Make it make sense. So whenever there's breakthrough, let's just get this clear. Whenever there's breakthrough approaching, or you're being confronted with an opportunity to step into your next level, things are going to start getting uncomfortable for you in your current timeline, in your current reality. Think about it like this. When a woman is about to give birth to a child, she experiences uncomfortable pains, and we call those contractions. And so what you're experiencing before you birth that baby, which is your new timeline, is contractions. So it's pain. You get what I'm saying? It might be arguments. It might be separation, isolation, all the things. And you're like, my God, is this really supposed to be happening when I prayed for something good? This can't be good. And God is like, no, that's why I need you to lean on my wisdom, knowledge, and understanding. Come to me before you judge the thing and you reject it. I'm answering your prayers. So those contractions are going to get closer and more painful until that baby is birthed, meaning that reality, that new reality is birthed, right? So you got to be careful. You get what I'm saying? Because baby got to come out. You don't run from it is what I'm trying to say. Don't run from it. Allow that old reality to push you into your new one. And it's going to look like push. It's going to look like pain. It's going to look like contractions. It's not going to be comfortable. You have to be okay with allowing it to push you out. And perhaps when that person or whatever the situation that God sent and planted into that old reality to push you into your new reality shows up, or rather you recognize that that was the person God sent for you, you thank God for them instead of trying to throw them away. Because you are you really playing yourself out of your blessing.